Hello everyone, in this class we are going to discuss about modulation index. So in last class we already discussed about amplitude modulation and how it is represented in time domain and frequency domain. So in this class we are going to discuss about what is modulation and how it is calculated. So, generally let's consider there are like how could you judge a student in your class generally by his marks, right, like how can you judge whether the student is good student or a average student by his marks, right? That means there is some parameter. That means here marks are the parameter by which we are judging how clever the student is. So in the same way, then here I'm asking you a question, then how can you judge modulation, like how good the modulation is done, how good, how perfect the modulation is done. Then here comes modulation index or modulation factor, which is also known as modulation coefficient. So this is the parameter, that is modulation index is a parameter which judges how good modulation is done. That is, let's see how. Generally, modulation index is a ratio of modulating modulating wave as in message wave amplitude to the carrier wave amplitude. So, that is, for example, let's consider this is our message signal, this is our carrier signal. So, this is amplitude, right? Let's consider this as EM, and this is carrier wave amplitude, right? Let's consider this as EC. So modulation index is nothing but ratio of this to this, that is M is equals to EM by EC. And so generally, in order to get M between 0 to 1, 0 to 1, we need to be like, when EM is less than or equals to EC, then we will be getting M between 0 to 1. How? If for example, I said EM lies EM is less than or equal to EC, right? Let's consider some conditions like EM is equals to 2 and EC is equals to 4. Then what will be the 4? EM will be 2 volt and EC will be 4 volt. Then what will be modulation index? 2 by 4, that is equals to 0.5. That means 0.5 lies between 0 and 1. And now let's consider EM is equals to 2 and EC is equals to 2. Then we will be getting a modulation index 2 by 2, that is 1. This also lies between 0 or equals to, sorry, or equals to 1. So in order to get M from 0 to 1, we need to choose values in such a way that EM is less than or equals to EC. And in order to get M greater than 1, we need to choose values such that EM is greater than EC. How? For example, let's consider M is equals to 4 and EC is equals to 2. Then we will be getting M is equals to 2. So here we get modulation index greater than 1. So these are how we can modify modulation index through amplitudes of message and carrier signals. So that is given here. When EM is less than or equals to EC, we will be getting modulation index values between 0 and 1, and here there will be no distortion introduced in AM wave. And when EM is greater than EC, then M is also greater than 1, and there will be some distortion in AM signal. Then again, what is percentage modulation means? Just multiply this modulation index with 100, then we will be getting percentage modulation. And again, modulation index, that is modulation, is generally two types. One is linear modulation and another one is over modulation. That is, If m is less than or equals to 1, then it is called as linear modulation. If m is greater than 1, that is called as over modulation. Let's see how they are. For example, let's consider this as our message signal. So after modulating with carrier, we will be getting so this is one type of modulation. This is another type modulation. See here, this is when m is equals to 1 and this is when m is less than 1. These two comes under linear modulation. So as I said before, linear modulation is done when m is less than or equals to 1. So that means, see here, when m is less than 1, if you observe this point and this point are not like, they are not touching each other, like they are not coinciding. But when m is equals to 1, then there will be coinciding. And this is under modulation. This is perfect modulation. Perfect modulation. And we have one more type of modulation, that is over modulation if m is greater than 1, and that is like this. That will be like this. So this is when, like, this is when m is greater than 1 and this is over modulation. So guys, if you observe, see, generally in amplitude modulation, which we already discussed in our last class, we can detect our message signal from the envelope of the modulated wave. Like look at this, there is an imaginary, like we can see an imaginary wave, right? And this is almost similar to our message signal. That means we can detect our message signal from this modulated wave. Even by looking at it, we can say that this is similar to message signal. That is when it is under modulated. Even in perfect modulation also we can detect that. See, look at this, this is the shape, right? But in over modulated wave, see, the shape changed. That means even though we detect this wave, the wave will not be similar to our message signal. That means there is a small distortion occurred in over modulation. That means there is a distortion in its envelope. So when we detect it, there will be like noise. There will be noise. So in linear modulation, whether it is under modulation or perfect modulation, there we can detect our message signal, but in over modulation we cannot detect our message signal, which is this. So in over modulation there is some distortion. When over modulation occurs when em is greater than ec, that means we should not choose our carrier which is like, which follows this condition, and we should try to avoid this over modulation. We can modulate our wave, like we can modulate our wave under modulation or perfect modulation. Like EM can be less than EC or EM is equals to EC. So these are types of modulation. Okay, good. Then how can we calculate modulation index? Like how? Okay, we choose a carrier and we choose a carrier and we did modulation. But how can we say that it is over modulated or under modulated, or how can we calculate our modulation index? Let's look at it into that. See, this is how we evaluate modulation index. How? Okay, let's consider this way. And one more thing is, when there is no like when m is 0, when m is 0, then carrier will be like this, means there will be no modulated wave, right? Modulating wave, em is equals to 0. If m needs to be 0, em needs to be 0. That means there is no message signal. That means carrier won't be altered. So we will be getting same carrier signal. So here m is 0, and from here this is modulated wave. If you look at it into this, so this is our carrier amplitude, that is EC, original carrier amplitude. And see, this is the minimum amplitude. Like for under modulation, we will be having some voltage, like some we will be getting some value for E minimum. But if it is perfect modulation, which means we will be getting wave like this, then we will be getting E minimum, like we will not be getting any particular voltage. So for under, this is E minimum, and this high, this is E maximum, highest peak point. So using this we can calculate how. Let's see. So here this is 2 em, from here to here 2 em. So in order to get 2 em means E max minus E min, right? So 2 em, that is amplitude of modulating wave, is equals to E max minus E min. From there we will be getting amplitude of modulating wave is equals to E max minus E min by 2. So, and again EC, this is EC, right? In order to get EC, which is up to this point, we can derive that by E max minus EM. Then we will be getting EC. So EC is equals to E max minus EM. So we already know what is EM, that is E max minus E min by 2. From there we will be getting E max plus E min by 2. This is our carrier amplitude. So then we got EM and we got EC. What is modulation index? Modulation index is equals to EM by EC. From there we will be getting M is equals to, that is modulation index is equals to E max minus E min by E max plus E min. So let's look into some problems regarding this. So first problem is, so there is the carrier amplitude after AM varies between 4 volts and 1 volt. Calculate depth of modulation. Depth of modulation is nothing but modulation index. So they gave 4 volts, that varies between 4 volts and 1 volt. That means the signal will be like, let's consider this as 4 volt. Signal will be like this. This will be 1 volt. So this varies between 4 volt and 1 volt. That means E max is 4 volt and E min is 1 volt. So they gave E max is equals to 4 volt and E min is equals to 1 volt. So we know that modulation index is equals to EM by EC, which can also be written as E max minus E min by E max plus E min. From there we will be getting E max is 4, E min is 1, 3 by 5, that is 0.6. So let's look into another problem where it is given as the carrier wave is represented by equation EC is equals to, what is given, EC is equals to 10 sine omega t. Draw the waveform of an AM wave for modulation index 0.5. In order to draw the AM wave, that means anything like this, we need to know what is E minimum and what is E maximum, right? So let's, so what are given, EC is equals to 10 sine omega t. That means we got what is amplitude, general, what is general form of, like what is general form of carrier wave? Amplitude into sine wave, right? So amplitude is given, that is 10, that is EC is equals to 10, and they gave M, that is modulation index, is equals to 0.5. We know that M is equals to EM by EC, where M is given and EC is given. Then 0.5 by 0.5 is equals to, from there we will be getting modulating wave amplitude as 5 volt, EM as 5 volt, and we also know EC is equals to 10 volt. So from this we can calculate E max and E min. So generally E max, that means, for example, already in our last class, which is amplitude modulation, I told you that after modulating, we will be getting wave like this, whose amplitude is equals to sum of carrier wave plus modulating wave. That is, modulating wave is equals to this, right? So that means our modulated wave's maximum amplitude will be sum of carrier and sum of modulating wave. So we will be getting E maximum as EM plus EC, that is equals to 10 plus 5, which is equals to 15 volt. Then what about E min? E min is nothing but EM minus EC. How? Let's see. So in here we need to know what is E min, right? So this is EM, this is EC, and this part, so this part is EM, whereas this is E min, right? So in order to get this part, we can subtract this part from EC. So E min is equals to EM, that is modulating wave, minus EC. From there we will be getting 10 minus 5, that is equals to 5 volts. So now we know what is E max and what is E min. So now we can construct a wave. For example, let's consider this as a 15 and this as 5. This has 15, 5. Then we will be getting something like this. So now we can construct our AM wave. So this is how, and I hope you do your homework regarding modulation index. That there will be lot of problems if you search in Google. I hope you do your homework regarding all these problems, and it will be more helpful. So this is about today's class, that is modulation index. So in today's class we discussed about what is modulation index and how can we evaluate modulation index, and also we did 2 problems, and in next class we will look into how there are different types of amplitude modulation, and we will look into them, and we will also look into how we calculate power. So this is today's class. Thank you guys.